Hello everybody, my name is Cool Blue, and I'm bringing you guys yet another episode of CasNet presents the CasNet Interviews, and this one is going to be featuring the other half of the broadcasters. This is the one, the only Creepy Pie. And Creepy Pie, would you like to say hello to all the beautiful people out there, please?
Hello, beautiful people.
Yes, and oh my gosh, Creepy Pie, all I gotta say is, why, I gotta ask this question. Why the name Creepy Pie? Because that seems like a very creepy name.
That's, okay.
Whoa. Actually, hold on. I changed my mind. Let's take a few steps back. Let's do things normally. Could you please introduce yourself and let us know what you do in real life? You don't have to get into too many details. We'll get through the paperwork before we get to the fun part.
Okay. My name is Creepy Pie. That's my username anyway. My real life name is Jonathan. I live in Israel. I'm 21 years old. And I currently serve in the military, so I'm finishing that up in like 4 months, and then I'll be studying game design. So yeah, so that's pretty fun. These days, what do I do these days? I play Dota. I serve in the military, like I said. I play a whole bunch of other games, and I also make some stuff like in Photoshop and other Adobe products for fun and sometimes even for money.
That sounds really cool, really interesting. So you do photo, or you do graphic design. Obviously, you're going into that once you finish the military. And if I understand correctly, you are from Israel. Yes? Yes? No?
Yes.
So that means you're part of the IDF. I think it's proper name for it.
IDF. Yes.
Okay. Could you please briefly, because I honestly thought it was a really interesting thing when I first heard about the fighting style, the Krav Maga, or whatever it's called.
Krav Maga.
Yeah, Krav Maga. I thought it was really cool because I watched it on Discovery Channel and it was like, oh, sweet, awesome. I'm gonna learn like that fighting stuff. Never got my butt to do it. But could you please tell us like a general, just as general as possible, like your experience in the IDF?
I was thinking you're going to ask me about Krav Maga, and I'm like,
no.
I don't know much Krav Maga. So, okay.
No pressure. Just your drill instructor is going to come kill you now.
Yeah. But yeah, my life in the military. Well, I don't know. It's a lot of people think that people who serve in the military always serve for like days and days and even weeks in the base and do like all sorts of operational stuff and like walk around with weapons and fucking I don't know stuff. And no, I don't actually do that. I'm what I do is mostly paperwork, really. So I spend most of my day lazing around, drinking like I don't know,
vodka,
cocoa and stuff.
Okay.
Stuff like that. I don't really like coffee, honestly. So stuff like that. I eat. I read the newspaper. I really don't do much. The only time I do something like of importance is every few days in the week when it's like my shift. So it's like we work in shifts, and we have like 4 people in my thingamajig, like
platoon unit.
Not exactly unit, like
battalion.
Like 4 people who do what I do, basically. I don't know how to say.
Company. I don't know. That's too big.
That's huge. That's a little too huge. Yeah. So yeah, if in the end we just kind of do. Well, we work in shifts, so it's like everyone does between 2 to 3 shifts a week ish. So that's where we have actual work. But other than that, it's like nothing that incredible or that exciting or like Call of Duty level of action. And like I don't know, it's not like I get shot and then I just hide and just regen something like that. No.
Oh man.
Though I have used a weapon. I have used an M16, which is really really fun. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, and one thing I was gonna say is like there's like a rage comic, or well, it's not a rage comic, but it's like basically somebody takes a bunch of shots. It's like laughing at Call of Duty, and like their eyes are bleeding like really badly, and then they go hide behind a corner, and their eyes stop bleeding.
And then they're yelling and
that was so stupid.
Thumbs up. Yeah, I know that one.
Oh man. All right, so moving on to the next question that I really want to ask you: where'd you get the name Creepy Pie from? Because that's a very interesting / creepy / fulfilling name as far as food goes.
This name has a long history behind it. So once upon a time, there was a really, really good MOBA game called Super Monday Night Combat,
Hmm.
and these days it's pretty much dead because Uber Entertainment, who you might know as the guys behind Planetary Annihilation,
Mhm.
are well, in my opinion, are scumbags for leaving this game, and they have pretty much let this game die because they've not updated it in forever, pretty much, and like for no apparent reason, they just kind of stopped.
Hmm.
I don't know, that was kind of sad. Anyway, back then I was really, really good in that game, and if I can say so myself, anyway, and I was in a clan called Creepy.
Hmm.
So back then, what was my nickname back then? I don't remember.
Hmm.
But I do remember it had something to do with My Little Pony because I wasn't watching My Little Pony myself. I have tried to watch it. I watched like 2 episodes, and I was like, that's not very entertaining for me. So I'll pass.
So sorry. So you're not a brony, but you do appreciate what could be there. Like you see the
Yeah,
potential.
I can understand why people like it.
Yeah.
So.
Same for me, guys. I appreciate My Little Pony for what it is, but I'm not gonna sit there and watch it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
I've done the same thing. 2 episodes, that was about it.
Yep. So to troll some people, I decided to use an avatar and a spray in Team Fortress 2, which I was playing back then.
Mhm.
A spray of, I believe it was Pinkie Pie, with just like lacerations and cuts all across her face and neck, and she's like bleeding from her eyes and stuff like that.
Oh gosh.
You
Oh dear God.
you might know that from the fan fiction called Cupcakes. And if you haven't read Cupcakes, you probably shouldn't, because that thing can give you nightmares if you're really into imagining whatever you read. So
Right, and just a preference, guys. He mentioned the name, so probably like 50% of you guys are gonna go look it up. CasNet does not claim any responsibility for that. Well, look at your own will. He said don't look it up. So
neither do I. I don't claim any responsibility for any nightmares or tears or I don't know, stuff like that. But yeah, it's pretty bad. So I had a certain My Little Pony nickname, so I just merged it, and I got Creepy Pie, and I kind of stuck with it because it sounds nice, and it's unique enough to not be found everywhere across the web. So I guess that's enough.
okay, that definitely works as a story, nightmares included. So we'll move on to the next question, which I think is a little bit more on the bright side. How did you get into video games? Because everybody has their story. Everybody has a story, but what's your story?
I was born into video games basically. When I was like really, really young, my parents bought a computer. It had like an Intel Pentium 2, I think it was.
Nice.
So pretty old. But yeah, I started playing on that computer ever since, and it just grew on me, really grew on me, and you know, from ever since I was like a little kid, I just played video games all day long, and somehow did well in school until high school. But yeah, I just kind of played every day, met friends online who liked what I liked, and we played together, and blah 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 blah, and here I am today, still playing video games. Wow, have I advanced?
Now, can you recall the very first video game that you played a lot? Like the very first game that you played so much, you're like, okay, I love this game, and I love what it offers.
I think I have 2. The first would be Rayman, the original Rayman.
Nice.
And the second one would be a strategy game called... what's it called? Oh my god, I forgot. Oh, no, shit, I forgot. It's like a strategy game where you play as superheroes, and you can make your own superheroes, and you like kind of fight crime, and there's like a story behind it. I remember the main character being called Minuteman. Oh man, I don't remember the name of that game.
Google it. Google as fast as you can.
Yeah, Minuteman game character. There you go. Freedom Force. There you go.
Okay. Oh,
Freedom Force.
wait. That's the game with No, I'm thinking something. I don't know what I'm thinking. Okay, keep going. Sorry, ignore me.
So yeah, it was one of my favorite games back then. I liked a whole bunch of games like other than that, but I remember those two most prominently, I think.
Okay, so those are the ones that got you the snowball rolling. So my question is actually I'd asked a question before I actually get into the casting question. So what is it that brought you online? Because those sound like offline games where you play by yourself.
I remember. Wow, I actually really remember it really well. The game that brought me online was Worms 4.
Mm-hmm.
Worms 4 Mayhem, and I was 12 back then. And I don't know, I just kind of decided to just play it online because why not? And I was okay, I guess, for a 12-year-old.
Mm-hmm. Just
yeah, it was a lot of fun. I actually, the one thing I remember the most is that one guy that I like played against and talked like mid-match in all talk. He complimented me for my English, and I was like 12 years old from the Middle East, and I was like, "How do you speak English so well?" And I was like, "I don't know." I just thank you.
I mean, just listen to you talk. It sounds like you have a very good English accent. I mean, I can hear an accent, yes, but I mean,
yeah, that's the one thing that bothers me about my English. My accent is just so prominent. It's annoying. But other than that,
people with accents are cool. I have an accent, but I don't know what it is because I just don't know what it is.
So okay, I suppose.
So don't worry, you're doing fine. And you mentioned that English, or somebody complimented you on your English speaking. So what was your primary language, or what is your primary language?
My primary language is Hebrew.
Hebrew, really?
Yes, that's what we speak here in Israel.
Oh. See, guys, you learn something new every day. I mean, I knew that. I was just making sure you remembered that was the language that you guys spoke. Oh, cool, Blue's such a liar. All right. So, okay. I usually do this a little bit later in the interview because I want to have people learn a little bit more about you. But would you like to go ahead and just say actually, no. I take it back. We'll save it because I want to know more about you before I actually just say a special message to people who speak Hebrew out there.
Okay.
So, okay. My apologies, guys. Cool Blue's all over the place because I don't know, for some reason I ate too much candy or something. Like I'm like
maybe
not as hyper as I am with the interviews, but it's still very exciting. All right. So the next question I was going to ask you was, how did you get into casting?
So if you remember Ishida talking about it, it was through Awesomenauts. So I was playing Awesomenauts a lot way back when. I think it was like a couple of years ago. Yeah, a couple of years ago. And I really liked the game. I had a lot of fun. That's the game that brought me into the whole world of MOBA games and casting as well. So I have a lot of respect for that game.
Nice.
And I just started playing, and eventually I decided, hey, well, might as well play with people who actually know how to play and not just solo queue. So I decided to join the community Mumble, and there I met Ishida amongst as well as a few other people.
And come on, tell us, it was love at first sight, right?
Yes.
Alright.
Well, kind of like. I don't know. We had a lot of fun playing together, and eventually we decided that we want to help the game grow. So I decided I want to help the game grow because a long time ago, Steam released the beta version of Steam Guides. And I was like, what can I write a guide about? Oh, I know, Awesomenauts. What can I write about? Let's write about Voltar, a character I barely know how to play, but I think I know how he works. So I just wrote a guide, and one day I woke up, I shit you not, I just woke up to like 20 notifications in my inbox, and was like, what? Why do I have so many messages? And then I checked, and then I see Steam launched the Steam Guides feature. Oh, cool! Let's check the page. My guide is featured there. What?
Nice.
What? I was, oh my god! Screenshots everywhere, and and yeah, so that kind of kickstarted my my popularity in the Awesome Nuts community, and eventually that evolved into casting casting competitive matches in Awesome Nuts, which was it was a lot of work, especially for me because back then I didn't have good enough internet for streaming. I could like watch a stream and cast, but I couldn't stream it myself, so I had Ishida do the streaming for me as well as co-cast. And yeah, it just kind of grew on us. And
actually, quick question, because you mentioned a little bit earlier that you became more prominent in the also nice casting scene, and I think Ishida mentioned this as well, as like you guys started casting with a few other people and all this stuff. So like as far as the casting scene for Awesome Nuts, assuming that people haven't seen Ishida's video, what does that involve? Like, what does casting an Awesome Nuts game involve?
So back then, Awesome Nuts was relatively new, kind of. Like, it was already released on consoles, and then it just arrived on PC, and then kind of evolved since then. But it was still relatively new. The community was relatively small. There was barely any competitive play. But then people decided to pick up the glove, and I don't remember who, but a few people made the APL, the Awesome Nuts Pro League, and Ronimo Games, the guys behind Awesome Nuts, just backed it up fully and offered prizes and sponsorship and whatnot. So that was really awesome.
Nice.
And that is just how the whole competitive scene just grew. And as for the casting itself, it kind of grew along with it. Like, people already streamed Awesome Nuts a little bit, but actual competitive casting was something really, really new for Awesome Nuts players. And I believe it was me and Ishida and a few other people who not exactly kickstarted it, but kind of helped push it towards what it is.
Come on, it's okay to brag. You guys were the pioneers.
Nice. I don't feel comfortable saying that we were the pioneers and we started everything. No, first of all, it's not true. There were a lot of people involved in this process, and
right, of course.
They deserve full respect. And second of all, I don't know. I think it's a community effort. It's something that a lot of people work together and just work their asses off, really, to just make this thing real. I think the best example is actually Ishida, because back then, I think it was the second APL tournament. I think we had a little bit of a problem in terms of the casters. A lot of people weren't able to cast for various reasons, including myself. So Ishida literally stayed up all night just to cast games for the APL, for the second APL tournament. It was insane. It's like, I don't know how he did that, but he did, and like, he deserves a lot of respect for that. And
good guy Ishida. Good guy Ishida.
Yeah. Good guy Ishida, yeah. It's one of the examples for the community work at play here. Just everyone just working so hard to make this real. So So yeah.
All right. So you spoke quite a bit on the Awesome Nuts community, and if I understand correctly, you and Ishida were part of the broadcasters, and we'll talk about it in a few seconds. But if I also understand correctly, you guys were casted Strife as well.
Yes, we casted. Okay, so Strife is interesting because Strife is really, 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 really new. Like, it's out for less than, I believe, 6 months, and it's still in beta, closed beta. So we kind of decided to try the game out and play it a little bit. Also, I forgot to mention that if it's a MOBA, I most likely played it at least once. Other than Heroes of the Storm, I've played every MOBA out there. So, and other than Aeon of Strife.
Actually, hold on. I must look up all MOBAs, and I'll actually, if you played it. Sorry, but keep going.
Okay, I'll keep going. So yeah. What was I? Yeah, so Strife was really new, and we decided to try it out, and we had a lot of fun playing it. So we decided, hey, let's cast it as well. So we tried to cast it a little bit. We started with our own games, which wasn't as fun as casting someone else's game, let alone a competitive match. But we started with that, and I think I liked casting Strife more so than Dota because I understood Strife that much more.
Mm-hmm.
And it had I wouldn't say a less dynamic meta. It's just that there was a lot less characters and items,
Mm-hmm.
so it was really easy to just understand what's going on and how the game works.
And
So
this is for Strife, right?
yeah, Strife.
Okay. But because like technically League of Legends started out like that too, but well now they have. Like,
Yeah, well now
Yeah.
it's just
3 million characters later. Sorry, 3 million champions later.
Yeah, something along those lines. So yeah, it was really small. Now it's still small right now, but it's growing. It's growing really, really quickly, and it was a lot of fun casting it for me anyway. But the problem was that there weren't enough people like into casting and or watching a cast of Strife, and there was also this really, really big issue of the spectator mode not being fully implemented yet. So it was pretty difficult for us to like keep track of what's going on. We had to like sync our cast, like our playtime, because we couldn't like sync it together automatically and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it was a little difficult, but we did it, I believe, twice, I think, and then we just kind of gave up because there weren't enough games for us to cast. We had a bunch of problems with the replay system, and we had a bunch of problems with the spectator overlay. But they fixed that in the last patch, so who knows? Maybe we'll get back to that.
So more casting, more Strife casting, because I don't think I've ever watched you guys cast a Strife game. I've seen you guys cast a Dota game.
I want to cast Strife so bad. Really. The problem is again that we cannot cast other people's games. It's not that, like in Dota, if you want to cast a random game, you just go to the watch tab, you download something at random and just cast it.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Strife,
and
it's not.
also,
Yeah,
sorry. Hello, you still there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Also, I was gonna say that just for everybody who's casting Dota and for everybody who watches or plays Dota a lot and maybe watch an occasional game, we're actually really spoiled because that system Valve has put in is really good. And if you ever go to like another game expecting that system, you're gonna be sorely disappointed. I think League of Legends is the closest to having it, and their system is not as flushed out last time I checked, which is like almost a year ago now. So I need to go check again.
I believe it has been updated since. They promised us. I believe it was either spectator mode or replay mode or something along those lines, like 3 years ago, and they still didn't implement it.
But like to be fair, League of Legends had the one where you can watch the pro games, like the big games that are going right now. You can watch them live.
Yeah, but then again, you have Ronimo Games, an indie developer, who added replay mode to Awesome Knots in 6 months after being funded in Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's like no excuse. I'm sorry, but no.
But it's Riot. They're making champions and more hats. Oh wait, that's Valve. My bad. All right. So on a more serious note, the one thing I want to ask you was, what is your favorite thing about esports? Because you've been involved in a few different scenes, you've seen a lot of things, and you've also, I'm assuming, watched a lot of commentaries, not necessarily just you guys's. So, what's your favorite thing about the esports scene in general?
Well, I think the thing I like about esports in general is that there's you could say there's a meta to esports itself. Like, you know how different games have different metas?
Yeah.
Esports in itself has its own meta. It's like everyone has that Kappa joke and the Sika power and do and all that kind of stuff. Once you get into that, it feels like you have a little family. Like most of them are kind of douchey, but still you have a family that you can like have like some inside jokes and like interesting conversation with every now and then.
Dude, I totally agree, because it's like a family picnic or family reunion where everybody happens to be a drunk uncle, and that hot cousin that you have is never there. Like, she doesn't exist.
Yep.
That's pretty much esports. No, okay, I can't say that. Okay, now I feel bad. guys, Cool Blue's being sarcastic. Just to make sure people got that.
Yes.
All right, but anyway, keep going with your analogies.
But yeah. Wait, my analogies? Your analogies? You started that.
Pretend
Wait.
I said the right word and keep going.
Okay. But yeah, the whole community that you have in esports and how you have like heroes in esports. Like everyone knows Dendi. Everyone knows Fear. Everyone knows Puppy. Everyone knows what Puppy Paws means. Everyone knows what Dendi does. How Dendi works. It's fun knowing all these stuff. I like
Also,
maybe other sports like real life sports have that as well.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's to the same extent as esports.
actually, to be fair, and just to like put everybody back in the real world, it's actually a lot more prominent in real sports than it is esports, relative to the scene. Because you can go to any football game and say, "Oh, I don't know football, but I know who Peyton Manning is," because that's a big name. Or you can, because marketing does a phenomenal job of making sure you know who Peyton Manning, LeBron James, and Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan are.
Yeah.
And David Beckham. I don't know if he plays soccer anymore. Anyway, but continue. Sorry. I had to interject to put a more realistic twist on it, but
No, it's fine. Like I'm not that much into real life sports, so I wouldn't know. But from what little I know about esports, because I'm not that much into that as well. But when I do watch, like let's say the international or like the DreamHack finals and I don't know stuff like that. Yeah, it feels fun. Just like watching the chat, watching the stream itself, the casters just going crazy over some crazy black hole, crazy echo slam, or
AKA Toby.
Yeah, stuff like that. So it's really fun just seeing that and understanding what's going on, and feeling connected to everything.
You feel like you belong here.
Yeah.
That's right, guys. Don't worry. We may be very, very vile sometimes, but we still love you, and Valve loves the money that you spend on their hats.
Yes. Immortal hats.
Oh my gosh! That Crystal Maiden. Hey! That Crystal Maiden hairpiece got an upgrade. Like they updated it. They fixed the bug.
It was updated, and it looks okay now.
Yeah. I actually like it. I mean, it's not better than that the owl hood, but it looks kind of cool. I want it now.
I like most of the immortal items.
And the effects are kind of cool too. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. No, enough distractions. We gotta get back to the interview, because it's not just me and CreepyPie hanging out, but it's us doing an interview. And the next section is actually a very interesting section. It's called the quick response section. Now, CreepyPie, do you know how the section works?
No.
Yes! Finally, someone actually says no. Yes. All right. Okay, guys, I got this. This section works like this. I ask a question, and he responds as fast as possible. And that's the whole entire convoluted process.
Alright.
It's very complicated, isn't it? Very complex.
Pretty much.
Okay, cool. See, guys, it is a very complicated thing, no matter what you guys say, / will say. Hey, so we'll go ahead and get started. The very first question is favorite hero.
Ogre Magi.
Favorite, also not.
Favorite, oh fuck, Froggy G.
Favorite Strife thing, hero.
Favorite thing.
Sorry.
I have the face, but I don't have the name.
That sounds like a famous line from a movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger should say that. The Priest.
Yes.
Favorite
Let's see. Favorite what?
Favorite pet.
Pet? Dogs?
No. Strife.
Dogs.
Jesus.
Oh wait. Also, Strife also has dogs, but I don't like him. I would use the tortoise dude. What's he called? Forgot the name. But it's a tortoise, and it gives you extra health, so why not?
Favorite courier.
Okay. Do you want the long answer or the short answer?
Quick response. Short.
Okay. I need the name. Shit. The international 2013 courier riding a little mammoth.
Oh, Smeevil on the mammoth.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
There's actually a funny story behind that, but we'll get to that later.
Favorite team.
Navi.
Favorite caster.
Toby.
Favorite color.
Blue.
Favorite event.
The internationals, obviously.
Favorite TV show.
Ooh, that's Friends.
Favorite book.
I'm not really that much into books, but there is one book that I really, really like, which is called Nella's Happy Campus.
Favorite Star Wars episode?
I'm not watching Star Wars.
What? No. Okay.
I watched a little bit of Star Wars, but I'm not that much into it.
Okay, in those cases, for future reference, just say the original. Just say the original, and everybody say, okay, he's cool. He's cool. He can pass, guys. He can keep his nerd card. All right. And the very last question I'll ask you. I don't know if I asked you this. Oh no, I did. Okay. Hold on. Oh god, I gotta think of a question actually now. What question would you want somebody to ask you if they had to think of one more question?
Oh my god! Wow, did you really just ask me that?
Okay, that works. Did you really just ask me that? All right, got you. All right, so we're done with the quick response section in a very fantastical, clever way, because Cool Blue can make it work.
Yes, huzzah!
All right, and you mentioned something earlier about the funny story behind the courier. So go ahead and tell us your story, and then we'll move on.
All right, so in Astronauts, there's an item called the Baby Curry Mammoth. At least there was an item called the Baby Curry Mammoth, which gave you CC reduction.
Wait.
It's
what astronaut was that for?
every Astronaut. It's a generic item.
Okay.
And
I
yeah,
obviously
so
never used it, but anyway.
Yeah, so it was basically a pink little mammoth, which is exactly what the Smeevo is riding. So I just renamed the courier to Baby Curry Mammoth.
And nobody gets it.
And nobody gets it. Other than my friends who play Astronauts, but otherwise no one gets it.
Aww. But don't worry, you have the Smeevo though. That's all that matters. That thing is valuable.
I have the Smeevo, right? What?
The thing is valuable. Well, okay, maybe not that one.
You sold it for like 2 cents.
20 cents. Dude, the Fez Smeevo, have you seen the price on the Fez Smeevo?
Yeah, a Fez Smeevo, okay, that's completely different.
That thing is $100.
That is crazy.
Oh,
it's crazy expensive.
It's because he has so much swag. Look at him, he's on the magic carpet.
Yes, that's true.
He's what Aladdin wants to be. A frog.
Wait.
I don't know. Alright, keep going, keep it moving. Interview, next question. What are some aspects of the esports scene that you like?
Oh, wow, I'm not that much into esports to know, but I think what I like about esports is that it's evolving. It's something that changes rapidly. Like if you look at, I'd say, again, I'm not that much into sports in general, but I think if you look at soccer and football and baseball and basketball and insert name of object ball here, it's not really evolving, at least not as quickly as esports. Like esports is crazy. Everyone is casting. Everyone has crazy looking overlays. Everyone is trying to add a new animation, a new I don't know, transition, a new something, trying to innovate and differentiate themselves from other casters, which is great. This is the one thing I really, really like about esports, specifically about the casting scene, that everyone is just trying to differentiate themselves and do something unique and fun and great. So yeah, that's that.
Very well spoken. And just to help you out with another topic that you could possibly speak a little bit more to, because you keep mentioning that you're not really into the esports scene as heavily as you want to be, or as heavily as other people might think you are. What about the community in general? Because everybody has their own community. You've been across, I think, 4 different communities, if you count all the games that you've talked about so far.
2, 3, 4, plus minus, yeah, give or take a few.
So between the communities, what is your favorite aspect of the communities, like as a general, like just a glazing brush?
I think it's the how should I phrase it? I think it's the constant how should I say it? Words help. The constant need and will to improve the game, as in not just the game itself, but how it is being played. How do you play this character better? How do you play against this character better as a team, etc., etc. So it's like everyone wants to, on one hand, be the best, and on the other hand, help everyone else.
So that willingness to nurture their own environment, to make it not only better for everybody else in general, but also to make it more efficient.
Yes.
I guess that'd be a good way to put it. I don't know. Okay. Okay. That almost makes sense. That almost makes sense. But for trolling reasons, I'm gonna say almost. There, take that.
Ouch.
Yeah, it hurts, doesn't it? It hurts.
I agree everything.
And if Ishido was here, he would agree. Would he agree?
If Shida was here, he would probably agree and ridicule me a few times. But then he'd laugh and say, not really, wah, wah, wah. And
No.
I just laugh at We have an interesting dynamic, yeah.
Nice.
We have a really interesting dynamic.
And speaking of interesting dynamics, the next question is what groups are you involved in? But I know a group you're involved in, the Broadcasters. So please tell us a little bit more about the Broadcasters. What is it? Why does it exist? And why should we care?
Okay, so the Broadcasters is a casting. I wouldn't say group. It's just me and Ishida. We kind of decided that we like casting. We should cast out more often. Let's make a little channel. And like one day I came up with the name Broadcasters, and as soon as I came up with it, I knew that like the people that will hear about us will be divided in half. Either they hate us or they'd love us for the name. And I decided to go with it anyway, and we just kind of decided that we will stream every week, I think, but we haven't casted nor streamed in like I don't know, a couple of months now, maybe. So
it happens, a slight hiatus. That's all it's going on.
Yeah, a slight hiatus. But one day we will return and we will have fun, I suppose, and great casting stuff. I don't know. We will just cast and we'll have a bunch of fun just casting other people's games. That because that's pretty much what we do. We cast other people's games. That way, like, the person gets his game streamed and casted, which is great. And we practice our casting abilities, which is also great. So, yeah, we have that. And yeah, we're casting Dota 2 mostly. And as I've mentioned earlier, we did cast Strife way back, but due to various issues, we kind of stopped. But now, maybe we will come back eventually. Maybe.
That's a lot of qualifications for that. Or what's the word? What's the other word?
Yep.
I don't know. There's a word that was there that I was supposed to use, but I didn't. But there were a lot of maybes, ifs, and buts, and possibilities.
Yeah, there are a lot of buts specifically. But I don't know. See, another butt. Also, as for why you should watch us, we give away Strife keys, so yay!
Woohoo, Strife! I actually have Strife, I still have to play it. I finally got it installed, and I played the tutorial, I was like, a tutorial.
That tutorial is great.
That's what Ishida told me, but like, I just didn't have the interest, and I wanted to play Dota really badly, so... Okay.
The bad thing about the tutorial is that you have to go through it. Like, even if you know how to play MOBAs, and even if you played Strife, like, and you create a new account, you can't skip it. So it's so sad. But it's really good. It really introduces players to the whole MOBA genre and like how things work and stuff like that.
And also, if you ever play online, oh my gosh, you played Dota before, like. When it was in beta, before they actually had the tutorial and stuff, and then you have people who've never played Dota before come into the game, and the first thing they ask is, "Oh my gosh, guys, why do I get 3 tangos when I buy one?" And it's like, oh, okay.
Why did I get 3 tangos? No, you have 4. Oh, right. Oh, but way back it was 3.
Yeah, way back it was 3. And then,
that's so old. I didn't even remember.
And then starting tier was like boots and tangos. It's like, why are you doing this to me? This is not legal. Stop it. Oh no.
Boots.
Boots and tangos is a legit start, but you have to have a reason for it. Like if you're playing a vocal, but that's technicality. Let's not talk about that. So.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, scenes have evolved, scenes have gone a lot further than we have expected them to, and the broadcasters are there to cast us more with Strife, and I don't like tutorials. I'm trying to find where we're supposed to be at right now. Oh, right, why should we care about the broadcasters?
So like I said, we give away Swipe keys, yay! And also, we well, I would like to say that we kind of want to improve ourselves as casters,
Mm-hmm.
which is still true. But the problem is that we aren't really casting that often. So when we will stream more often,
Mm-hmm.
if we will stream, nah, just kidding. When we will stream more often,
Mm-hmm.
we will pretty much kind of like hopefully improve ourselves. And as time goes by, hopefully you will actually see more interesting casts, and just see two people who like casting and like esports and like Dota and Strife and whatnot just do what they love and just get better at it and
Mm-hmm.
make others happier.
And
As a result.
also they have bros in their name, so they're
We have bros in our name. Yes, this is a bro casters because like the co-casted bro is just
yeah, bro fist through the mic. Yeah.
yes.
Okay, so
I bro fist my mic, but then I probably fist like my face
oh
because it's in the way.
what? Wait, you're what? Oh okay.
I'm using a headset, so
Right there you go. It's like yeah. Missing a few teeth now.
but there you go. Yes.
Okay, we're finally at that point where I can ask you to do this one thing, if you don't mind. Of course, ask everybody who says they can speak a different language if they would like to say a message out there to other people who can speak their language. They can say make it however long they want to. They can say whatever they want to. I just ask that you try to keep it PG for people who might have soft ears, and then I say, do you want to do it?
And then I say yes. This is so embarrassing, but I'm doing it. But
Okay. All right. So basically, go ahead and start after I finish speaking, and just let me know when you're done. Like, say, okay, I'm done, because I don't know.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright. אז שלום לכולם, כמו שאמרתי, אני יונתן, אני עושה קצת סטרימים פה ושם. אם זה מעניין אתכם, לראות קצת דוטה וקצת סטרייף וקצת משחקים בכלליות, אתם מוזמנים לצפות בנו בפרוקסטרס, twitch.tv/brocasters. אנחנו נשמח לראות אתכם, אנחנו מחכים מפתחות שם פה ושם. וזהו, נראה לי זהו. בכלליות אני לא כזה מגמגם כל כך הרבה דרך אגב, אבל היי, זה נחמד. אוקיי, I'm done.
Oh, okay. All right. It sounded very scary, and then I heard Twitch.tv / oh, okay, he promoted himself, and then it got scary again. So
Yeah, it's kind of again. Yeah, Hebrew is a scary language, especially to learn because it's so complex. It's crazy.
and yeah. Like honestly, I think if I had to put it in categories, like people say German sounds like a very rough language, but I think Russian sounds very scary. Like
Russian, yeah. It's the one thing I like about Dota is that you get free Russian lessons. You just play Europe servers and.
Okay, let's not offend too many people here. All right.
No, it's not even offending. It's true. It's like even Russians agree with me, and I know a whole lot of Russians. There are a lot of Russians living in Israel, so
Okay.
trust me, they agree with me.
Yes, and that is actually one of the benefits of Dota. I was I don't know where I was watching. I was reading on Reddit. It was like, what is one of the benefits that playing Dota has, or what is one thing that Dota has helped you with as far as your perspective of other countries and the other people in different nations? And I guess that'll be a great question to ask you. So, Creepy Pie, since you've been playing Dota, because we talked about Dota for quite a bit, how has Dota shaped your view of the world as far as the people in different regions?
I don't know. I don't think it really shaped anything. I think that judging people from like based on how they play a certain video game is stupid. But I will say that that Dota helped me meet a bunch of people that I'm like playing with now more often, and like I'm having a lot of fun playing with. So yeah, Dota helps you make friends and also learn how to swear in Russian. So yeah,
That's a lie. There's no friends on the internet.
there are no friends on the internet. Yes, that is true.
We're not friends, we're just hackers. We're just trying to take all your credit card information.
Yes, we will just hack the internet and we will have everyone's information all the time.
Yes, because hacking, guys, is legal if you're doing it in a nice
In
manner.
incognito.
Or if it's
Just
government
remember-
sanctioned.
Yes, just remember to do it in incognito mode so when the FBI just barges into your house, they'll have no evidence as to what you did because incognito.
Yeah. You're incognito. They can't track that at all because you're.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh! Actually, all right. Anyway, too many funny stories that can happen about that. All right, so moving on to back to the questions. What do you not like about casting? I like that question.
What do I not like about casting? I think what I don't like about casting, would be it's less about casting like the action of casting a certain game, but more like the whole casting scene, if you will, is that it's just so overly saturated with so many people who do the exact same stuff. Now, I mentioned earlier that there are a lot of people trying to innovate and differentiate themselves from others, which is great, and I'm happy that people do that. But at the same time, there are a lot of people who just cast a game and or like stream themselves playing, and it's like, how is that any different from the other 1,984 players playing Dota right now? Excuse me, streaming Dota right now. There are like 8 million people playing Dota this month.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. But yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about casting, and also I'd say the resources that it demands right now. Like, I truly believe that at this time, like 2014, we should be having like a way to stream more efficiently.
More
Like,
efficiently?
Yeah, more efficiently, like using less bandwidth and in higher quality.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, maybe it's something that will be improved as time goes on.
All right, and because I must mention this because you mentioned one thing, like casters have to differentiate themselves from one another, and because Cool Blue wants to go plug one of his own videos. I actually did a vlog a little while ago called Casters on the Rise. You guys might see a clip or a link to it somewhere in this general area if I remember to, but if I don't, just check out my personal YouTube page, which I won't plug here because it's about CreepyPie. But I basically talked about like one of the big issues that casters are going to face, because there's been a gigantic flood of casters. I do agree with you on that point. Is that they're going to have to differentiate themselves from one another. And it also warms my heart to hear you say that people are actually trying, and you see that people are trying. That makes you feel confident for the whole entire scene.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if everybody casts the International 4, it's like, why would I watch your cast? I just watch Toby and Malcolm
Yeah,
cast.
exactly. That's the thing. As the esports scene just grows and rises and just explodes into what it is right now. There are so many games that you can cast. There are so many scenes that you can explore. Why not explore them? Why not try and cast an Awesome Nuts game, a Strife game, a Dawngate game? I don't know. Name a MOBA and cast it.
A Scrolls game. Go cast a Scrolls game. That's actually kind of fun.
Yeah, Scrolls game, a Hearthstone game.
Yeah.
People do that.
And we need to do more because, like you said, it's starting to get saturated. It's getting crowded in here. It's not cool. It's not cool. All right.
You said you were looking for a list of MOBAs and didn't come back with that.
Oh! What was that? Was that a formal challenge? Because I have the
Yes.
list.
I dare you. I double dare you.
Okay, Defense of the Ancients.
Yes, obviously.
Okay, Guilty Gear 2 Overture.
What? That's not a MOBA.
That's a MOBA according to this list.
What?
That's a MOBA according to this
Guilty
list.
Gear is a MOBA? What?
Minions.
Dude, okay, so, really?
Minions.
Really now?
Demigod.
Demigod, yes. Yes, it's one of my favorite.
I have a difficult one for you. League of Legends.
Yes.
Avalon Heroes.
What now?
Avalon Heroes.
Oh, I think I heard of it, but I didn't play it, no.
Run with the Titans.
Same. Wait.
Bloodline Champions.
Oh, yeah. Bloodline Champions, yes. That's the one I played.
Rise of the Immortals.
Yes, I tried that like once and it was like, so no.
Super Monday Night Combat.
Obviously one of my favorite MOBAs that is now dead, sadly.
Darn you, Uber. Okay, Panzer.
Yes, although it's really not a MOBA, but okay.
It's on the list. It's on the list. Also nuts.
Well, No, I didn't play Awesome Nuts. I'm just asking like, from general knowledge.
Alright, Guardians of Middle Earth. There. That's a difficult one.
I wanted to play this one, but then people were like, "Oh no, this game is poop." So no.
Is it wait, the game is no longer available on the PlayStation Store? Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's sad.
It is tough. Alright, and the last one I asked you about is Air Mac.
Yes.
I wanted to play that. I actually had an opportunity to play it, but I was like, nah.
Your list is missing like 5 games. I
Dead
played.
Island Epidemic. That's technically
Yes.
that's a
yes.
MOBA?
I have like 2 invites for that game.
Heroes of the Storm. Oh wait, you already said that.
Well, I don't have an invite, sadly.
Infinite Crisis?
Yes.
Sins of the Dark Age.
Yes.
Solist Arena.
Yes. Solstice Arena. Yes.
My bad. And the last one on the list is actually one that you probably haven't played ever, because S2 doesn't support it anymore.
Yeah.
But Heroes of New Earth.
It's horrible. Okay, fun fact: Heroes of New Earth was the very, very, very first MOBA I've ever played. A friend of mine just let me play the game. It's like, go ahead and like do this and do that. I'm like, oh, what did? Fabulous! Like, that's what the announcer said. It was like, what? Why is the announcer gay? It was like, no, it's something you buy. And it's like, what? No, I don't understand. And then just stayed away from MOBAs for like half a year, and then.
But it doesn't matter. That had an impact on you. And then when you went back to MOBAs, it's like, you know what? I remember that one time. And it was very fun, but I didn't want to admit it. But I finally come to terms with myself.
Yeah.
And then here you are, going out to parades. No, okay, that's not. Sorry.
Oh, you.
Okay, don't want to offend anybody, but we are supporters of the GBLT community, so no offense to anybody if you took offense. Our apologies if we offended you, and if you are still offended after our apology, get over yourself, please.
That's too bad.
Yeah, that's too bad.
So you didn't mention Smite and Dawngate.
Actually, I was going to mention Smite and Dawngate, but I said the last one I was going to say was Heroes of New Earth, so I didn't.
Oh.
Yeah, but I was staring at Dawngate.
Dawngate is nice.
Prime World?
I tried it once. Never again.
It was that bad?
It's not that bad. It's just like, I don't like this. That's it. Like, it's too much RTS for me. So,
Okay.
too much RTS, too little action RTS.
Okay, fair enough. And we'll go ahead and skip on down towards the ending questions as opposed to going through more talk about the community, because community talk is fun, but we've talked on quite a bit about some very interesting things that I think are awesome. Okay, question. How do you say awesome in Hebrew?
Adieu.
Really?
Yes.
So I bid you adieu is I bid you awesome?
Oh, what? No. Not adieu. Adil.
Oh, adieu.
A-D-I-L.
Yeah, my mouth can't do that. Sorry, ladies. Oh,
That's
my
not
bad.
one of those words that include a ch.
What? Would you call me? No.
Oh yeah, I watched Ishida's interview, and yeah, apparently they also have the ch in their language.
It's a very rough sound. It sounds like it hurts.
Well, if you do that for like 22 years, then no, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
You built the muscles to say the word. Okay.
Yeah, you build like resistance to the ch. It's crap.
This is hurting me. Like I feel like I have strep throat now. Sorry. Alright, so the next question on the list is, oh wow. Aside from playing Dota, what do you do for fun? And I think we spoke extensively on this, but for the sake of having it clarified, what else do you play?
What else do I play? So like I said, if it's a MOBA, I play it. So I really spend most of my time playing Dota, honestly. I don't play any other game as much as I play Dota. But off the top of my head, games I play: Awesome Nuts, Diablo 3, Dawngate, Smite, Strife. What else? A little bit of League of Legends here and there, for good measure. And I suppose that's what I play these days. Like a few weeks ago, I played other games a little bit more often, like Shadowrun Returns, which has a fantastic story in my opinion. Shadowrun Returns, Transistor, again, great story. Drunken Robot Pornography, that's a game.
I've actually heard that game before, and I looked at the title, I was like, nope. But then actually I saw like thumbnails on accident because I accidentally clicked on it, and it wasn't that bad.
No, it's a really good game. It's like a first-person bullet hell boss fight game,
Yeah.
which is really fun. And it's by Dejoban Games, which I'm like the biggest of fans
But
of
who?
Dejoban. Dejoban Games, bringing you quality video games for over 79 years.
What other games have they done?
A reckless disregard for gravity. For the awesome. The wonderful end of the world. 1, 2, 3, kick it, drop that beat like an ugly baby. And Elegy for a Dead World.
Those names sound interesting enough for me to go check out their games now. I've actually heard of a few of those, but I don't think I've actually played them.
Is like a base jumping game. The thing I like about Dejoban is that they make games that no one else seems to make.
Yeah.
Like for better or worse, they make unique games, which I really, really like. Also, the devs are really great.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, give me a second, because I thought you were thinking, but you were actually naming a game when you said, okay, my bad.
No. Is like the part of the name. There's like 25 A's, and like the first set has 1 capital A. The second set of 5 letters has 2 capital A's, etc., etc.
I've seen that game, and that game has spawned many copies, which means it's either really good or really simple to make, or people just want to make quick bucks.
No, it's really good.
No, like I've seen clones, like Angry Bird clones. Like there's clones everywhere. Really? Yeah. People like the simple, easy. Devs like to make games like that, and then just release them with like a different skin and say, "Hey, give us $1."
Yeah, basically, yeah. Interesting. I never actually saw a copy of that, but cool.
You must search harder, young Padawan. Okay, so the next question I ask you is, whoa, any interesting, what? Oh, any interesting talents that you would be okay with telling the internet?
Any interesting talents I have? I can. Wow. I don't know.
Dude, that's really cool. I can't do that. No.
I can like talk if I find a good enough topic. I don't think it's really a talent. I think anyone can do that. But if I find a topic that I'm really interested in, I can talk about it for ages. Like, for example, Dota. I can talk about Dota and characters and team dynamics and skills and items and whatnot for hours at a time. Like, with extreme ease. It's like, and I enjoy it. So why not? Another talent, I can put my legs behind my head when I sit down.
That sounds dangerous.
It's actually not. I'm pretty flexible for some reason. I have no idea why. I just am apparently. And like I can put one leg behind my head, like without even touching it with my hands. But the second leg needs hand assistance. But the problem is that if I put both legs behind my head, I kind of look like a pretzel, and people have the irresistible urge of pushing me over. So
you're like a turtle. You can't get up. No.
Yeah, I can't. It's not only that I can't get up. I can't even respond to that. I can't like put my legs back and like if I don't know, avoid it or something. No, I can't do anything for like 2 seconds.
It's like they push you like whoa.
Yeah, then I look kind of like a beetle upside down. Just, what do, clap.
Oh, the hilarity that the visuals can pop up in a very hilarious way without being offensive. And now they just got offensive because I mentioned the word offensive.
Yes. Wait, what?
Nothing. All right, so we're getting towards the end of the interview. I don't know what you're talking about. Stop asking questions. Okay. Do you have any shout-outs that you would like to make? Any and all shout-outs. Feel free to make any and all shout-outs.
Shout-outs. Okay, shout-outs go to Ishida Suki, who gave me a shout-out, so I give him a shout-out back. I'm just kidding. Ishida is awesome, and he is a really cool guy. All the people over at the Puggernauts Mumble who made me who I am today, I think, in terms of like casting and esports involvement. Who else? Mom and Dad for bringing me into this world.
Thank you, thank you. Somebody finally says thank you, mom and dad.
Most generic thank you ever.
It's generic, but it's needed.
But yes, it's needed. People don't appreciate their parents enough. I believe. I honestly believe that. What else? All my friends who support me over at Twitter, real life, and Facebook, I guess. And everyone who is watching this and is still here listening for whatever reason. Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching the whole entire thing. This will only be on YouTube, so there's no live stream, so we can't make shoutouts to people like Hort and Creepy Pie. And oh wait, you're here.
Can I advertise myself before we finish?
Yeah, sure. That's actually the last question. The last question is, okay, Creepy Pie, we've sat here, learned about you a lot. We heard you speak Hebrew, and we also heard you say for like 20 hours. So, if people are really interested in your stuff and they really want to find out more about you, where can they find you?
Everyone can find me on Twitter at CreepyPies with an S at the end. Twitch.tv/CreepyPies, again with an S at the end. You can find me on Steam with the handle name CreepyPie with a space between the two words. I don't change nicknames often, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem finding me. And also, if you are a caster and you want a really, really great, awesome, fun, good-looking overlay for yourself, then I can offer you an overlay for just $5 over at Fiverr.com. I don't know if you can add a link, but I offer.
I'll put in the description so people can check it out.
Awesome. So yeah, I offer overlays for $5 a piece, and when I get 10 buyers, which will be in 6 more purchases, I think, I'll be able to add more stuff like cover images and draft overlays and whatnot. So that's pretty cool.
So there you have it, guys. Go check out his stuff. He also does graphic art, like you heard him say very early. He's going to be going to graphics arts once he's out of the IDF, and he's also offering his services if you guys are willing to pay, which I think you guys should definitely go do that to help support him. I would say I would do it now, but I just spent all my money, so I can't.
Oh.
Not right now. Maybe later.
Maybe.
But that link will be in the description below if you guys want to check it out. I'll get that from your Creepy Pie after this interview is over. And there was one last thing I want to say. Something about the broadcasters. I forgot what it was.
Yeah, we also do the broadcasters. Yes, I kind of forgot to mention that.
How'd you forget? How'd you forget your own baby?
I don't know. We haven't. I told you we haven't casted in 2 months now, so I kind of forgot. But yeah, we're doing the broadcasters every now and again, and you can watch us at twitch.tv/we are the broadcasters, which is really long, but that was the only thing that was available. So yeah.
Okay, so that works. The broadcaster has been mentioned. Creepy Pie has sold us on his stuff, and he's also told about his life. And we heard some Hebrew, which is very awesome. So for everybody who speaks Hebrew, you can enjoy that message, but sadly I can't. I'm sad. But don't worry, it's exclusively for people who speak a language. We do that for everybody who can speak those different languages. And one last thing I was going to say is if you guys want to check out the rest of the interviews that we have on CasNet, there will be links somewhere in this video if I remember to put them, which they should be up there, hopefully up there. Click on that, I think if you click on Casters Network, the little title right there, that should take you to the Casters Network main page, and I'll probably put some random link somewhere to link you to the playlist of other interviews. But there are awesome things coming on Casters Network, a lot of things coming away. Once I have enough time to actually work on that, can't do it right now because I have a big project I'm working on, but that will be done very soon, so look forward for that. Look forward to awesome things coming to CasNet. And I think there was one last thing I had to say. I was doing a little bit of housekeeping because I haven't posted a video in a little bit. Oh, right. The last thing I was going to say was Creepy Pie. Creepy Pie. This interview has been awesome. This interview has been fun, but it's sadly at an end. So would you please do us the honors of saying goodbye to all the beautiful people out there, please?
Dear beautiful people, we had a lot of fun doing this interview together. I think Cool Blue had much more fun. I don't know, maybe. But yeah, it was really fun having you here, guys, and hopefully you enjoyed it. And we'll see you, well, Cool Blue, we'll see you in the next interview.
Yes. Huzzah! Yes, huzzah! And we are going to end on that note. before we end up singing SpongeBob SquarePants. But all right, bye guys. Have fun. Don't die. And thank you, Creepy Pie. Oh, that rhymed.
Thank you.
Holy crap! I'm like a lyricist.